I think that we fuck ourselves because we assume that we are doing things right if we feel good and we feel motivated. I want you to think about that for a second. Has there ever been like a moment in time when you have been like, oh, I kind of don't feel like it. Oh, it mustn't be aligned, right? And we look for a sign in that, like, oh, there's resistance. I'm not motivated, not meant to be, not meant to be. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Anything that is new, especially in business. Business is basically like one whole fucking bundle of regular, uncomfortable shit. But if we are continually expecting ourselves to feel good, feel motivated, and feel like doing it, we can really fuck ourselves up because the problem is, right? Think about it this way. If you constantly are waiting to feel like doing something, let's pretend that you're like, I want to write a sales page, and you are waiting to feel like it. What happens is the longer that you leave it, your feelings around yourself start to erode because what you are now looking at is you still haven't done the thing, but you also haven't done the thing and 2 months has passed. And now all of a sudden you are doing some kind of monologue about how your brain is fucked and how why can't you get this right when shithead Stacy, who is your terrible competitor, seems to do this and you can't. The thing is, it's probably because you are waiting to feel like doing it. Trust me, I do this. I do this all the time. I do this with so many things in my life. And what I have to tell myself and what I have to remember is some advice that I learned from my unofficial mentor, Brooke Castillo. And she said that 50% of your life will be filled with negative emotion. So things like being bored, sad, mad, not feeling like doing it, all of that. So 50% of your life will be filled with negative emotion, and the sooner you accept that, the happier you'll be. And I remember when I heard this, I was angry. I was outraged. I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to feel good all the time? What the fuck is this shit? I wanted to flip a table. Like, I was mad. And I was mad because who wants to go through life feeling like that you're just not going to feel happy? Like, we always want to feel good. And I didn't like that. Because I was like, why can't I feel good all the time? And it's like, you can't feel good. You can do as much as you can to feel good. But who has ever felt worse because you are questioning why you feel bad? Okay. I've had days like this in business before where I've had sales come in. I've had things working for me. I don't even have anything on my to-do list that day. I have nothing urgent and I feel really flat. And then I feel terrible because I'm like, the sun's out. I've got cash in the bank. Things are working well. Why do I feel bad? And then guess what? I always feel worse. Instead of just accepting that sometimes you are just going to have a day where you don't feel that sexy and things just don't feel that exciting and you're feeling a bit flat and it happens. That is life and it happens. But the problem is for a lot of us, we feel like that when days like this happen is we put a pause on everything. It's like, I can't possibly go and do the thing that I said that I was going to do because I don't feel like doing it. So I'm not going to do it that well. I don't want to write an email. I'm feeling like a cranky bitch that wants to stab someone, so I'm going to leave it. The problem is if our method for running our business and living our life in the fullest is run by us and how we feel, then the issue is then, of course, you feel stressed when you have a bad day or you don't feel like it because you continually show yourself that everything stops and good things can't happen. You know, then if you don't feel like it, you're not going to exercise, which also means that you're going to feel like shit a couple days from now if you have a couple days like that, which stresses you out even more. Instead of telling yourself, okay, cool, you don't feel like it, just go do it. And it's not maybe about doing it like if you normally go and do, say, like a 5K walk every morning and you're like, oh my God, I don't feel like it. Just put on your activewear, get out of the house. Walk around the block, push yourself a bit more, go and do it. Maybe you end up doing 4K. That's awesome. You still did it. And then guess what? You've had a really sour bitch bad day. You go to bed at night and maybe you're still feeling a bit crappy, but you still have so many things that you have done in your day where you are going to feel good. And guess what happens? Maybe you wake up the next day and you feel amazing. What's not to say that the reason you feel amazing is from all of the endorphins that you did from exercising? What's not to say that you feel amazing because you got a sale from the work that you did yesterday, from the content that you wrote or the email that you sent? What I want to say then is if you want to feel good, if you want to have these incredible emotions, then what is going to give you that feeling of good are these wins that we want to have. So, what will actually put you in a better state is actually doing all the things that you don't want to do and you don't feel like doing it. It's like if you are driving through a really just, I don't know, shit road, you don't want to prolong the drive by stopping and wondering why the road is shit. You keep driving. You're like, let's just get through this. I just want to do it. I want to rip the Band-Aid off. And I have a personal example here. So I am in my Fit Bitch era. I think it was November 24th last year. I purchased 3 months of unlimited Pilates classes and I booked as many classes as I could, I think a month ahead. So I booked, maybe it was like 24 or 26 classes. And I'm like, they're in my schedule, they're in my diary, done, gonna make the commitment and go. And it's really funny that when I did that, there were a few people that were like, oh yeah, that end of year energy, the year of the horse is coming up. Of course you feel like it. I'm like, guys, I can't emphasize that I haven't felt like going. I don't like it. There is part of me that is so inherently lazy. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and I want to lay and I want to doom scroll. There is like a part of me that just doesn't want to do it. She's lazy bitch. I want to lay in the sun with my sunglasses on. I want to have a nap. Give me a cocktail. Give me a coffee. I'm tapping out. I'm clocking off for today. But I don't let her run the fucking show because I know what happens is if she runs the show, what I do though is I let her come out in sometimes little moments, but I am still strict enough with myself that I have follow through because I keep my word and I do everything that I say that I was going to do. So what I want you to get clear on here is the laundry list of shit that you're not doing because you've convinced yourself that you can't do it. And I want you to just suck it up and I want you to do it. Having worked with clients for the past 17 years in my advisory, Pilates, and all of the other things that I have done, what has given people the situation that they are in today, whether it's they have a really tight body or they have no strength or they have no money or they're unhappy, it always comes down to what they do on any given day and how many people have a need to only move and only do things when they feel like it. It's like if you are going to get fit, if you want to run on the treadmill, you're going to be out of breath. But the problem is if you are trying to get fit without raising your heart rate and being out of breath, you are never going to get fit. So I say this because if we know then that the things that we want are on the other side of maybe a short burst of shit or some uncomfortable emotion, this is something that we can then track. So I know for me that whenever I have had a day and I have moved the needle on so many things, or I've just gotten I've gotten a whole heap of shit done and I am like, awesome, I feel good, I feel productive. Guess what I've done? I've done all the things that I've probably been putting off or the things that I've been speaking about forever. And it quite often doesn't really take me a long time to do, but what I'm doing, it almost feels like treadmill minutes. It's like, oh, I'm aware of every single minute. And what I would encourage you to do is if you are in a growth period or you want growth, you are looking at who you said you were going to be this year, and it is very different to who you were last year. What I would recommend then is every single day, every single week, maybe 3 times a day, you are like, I'm going to do something that I fucking hate. If you commit to doing shit that you hate or you can't stand or you feel resistant or itchy about, you're going to have an amazing business. Think about for a second, if you don't want to write emails or do content, you're like, oh, I'm not really good. Okay, awesome. I'm just going to do this and I'm going to feel really shit. I'm going to do shit writing. Awesome. Go do it. Do you think you're going to get to a point where you find your flow with content if you commit to just going through the process? Do you think that sometimes you're going to be able to channel that feeling of that negative emotion into something that is going to hit someone in a way where they're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, this bitch gets it. And then they're going to buy from you. Of course you will. Of course you will. Because the problem is if we start to do things only when we feel like it, and as soon as we get resistance, we stop. We actually train ourselves to actually have less and less tolerance to things every time. So I have done this before where when I am writing, And I am like, get this done. You have to get this done. It is so funny that I can go like a huge period of time without going to the bathroom or drinking water. And then as soon as I experience this, I don't want to do this. I feel like I'm out of words. Guess what I'll go do? All of a sudden, that's right. You haven't had water. You need to have water. Go pee. No, bitch, go sit. Sit and get this done. You can do this. This is literally 3 more minutes. Push through. Because the problem is if you start to be like, okay, cool, I'll have a break. You never really just go to the toilet and come back and you're writing. Toilet, you browse on your phone, you do a couple things. All of a sudden, you got 25 minutes that has somehow disappeared. You come back and you look and you're like, oh my God, shit, that's right. Where was I? Oh, this is really hard. No, you've done heaps of work today. Look at the time. Go do it later. The problem is if you train your brain to give up anytime you have resistance or discomfort, that muscle lessens, and it gets so fucking weak. It gets weak and we get stupid and we don't do as much as we can. You know, if you commit to this, you will have a completely different business. You will have a completely different life. Trust me. I am an example of this. I'm going to get to the end of this year and I'm going to look so fucking good. And I'm going to have a great business. I'm going to have all this money. Like I've already got a good business, but I'm going to have a better business, more cash. People are going to be like, what did you do there? And I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to tell you the formula. And they'll be like, yes, I've got their little notepad. They're eagerly waiting, thinking that I said some magic word to Sky Daddy. And he was like, there's the thing you want. And I'm going to be like, I just kept a promise and I did everything that I said that I was going to do. And I did it on days that I didn't feel like it, or when I had a headache, or when I was tired, or when I was sad. I did that. And that is why I have the life that I have. Hot stuff. Go and do something. You don't have to feel like it. I don't know who told you you have to feel like it. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was someone on Instagram and you're like, yes, they know what they're saying. But you're listening to this podcast. I'm your unofficial mentor, or who knows, maybe you're a client and I'm actually your mentor. But just go and do something. And if you do this every day, your head will hit the pillow every night. You'll feel so fucking good. I promise you. I promise you that. And would I lie to you? No, I would never lie to you because I love you. I love you. I love this. I love you. I love me. I love us. What do I love? I love how like nice and long and lush my hair is. I feel like what we're going to do hair-wise is it's smooth, straight bitch for summer. And then I think it's bouncy bitch for winter. So I love this. I love you more than the feeling of saying something and then remembering something that you were meant to do. I just had this moment where I said something or I thought about something and I was like, crap, that's right. I was meant to do that. And I know that sometimes people will really like beat themselves up being like, shit, I'm so forgetful. I'm like, oh my God, how am I forgetful? I remembered to do it. I'm going to write that down and I'm going to go and do that later. So I love you more than that. Good vibes, good feelings, obsessed. I love you more than like custom stationery? No, what's it called? Like it's like monogrammed. No, I feel like it has a different name. I could Google, but I can't be bothered. We are very like conversation right now. Like we are having a bit of a chat and I'm like, what's that word for this? And I'm doing charades trying to get my point across. But I love that. There is something like beautiful and refined and slightly Patrick Bateman-esque about it. And this is something I want to get. I want to get some nice like paper, some notes with like my logo or some embossing on there, something that feels expensive that when people open this envelope and their little fingertips touch the paper, they are like, this bitch means business. Look how much she spent on this paper stock. She's got incredible taste. That's what I want. Yeah, I like you. I mean, I love you. I love you more than that. That's a good feeling. I am just having some private fun thoughts about that at the moment and paper. I tried recommendation Cadbury Biscoff block of chocolate. It was actually really good. I am actually a huge fan of chocolate in the freezer, which is probably not good for my teeth, which are apparently fucked. But there's something about it. I need like a crunch. I need that hard, cold crunch. So I love you more than that. I also tried sour cherry juice. I'm a big fan of that. It kind of tastes like syrupy and sweet and a bit like artificial in the best way and really tart and thick and delicious and like luxurious. If I was a fruit, I would be a maraschino cherry. Hot stuff. I love this. I love you. I love you more than the cup of coffee that I'm about to put in my mouth and the sexy little snack that I'm about to put there too. But go do something. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to go do it. Mwah.